In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Hello and greetings. This is Muhammad Suleiman Ahmadzai with a new session for you, dear friends. In our previous video lesson, we talked about voice recorder. Today, we're going to work on something called the input panel, for example. As its name suggests, the input panel is basically a panel that can be used by anyone who wants to practice and work on math problems, for example. You might have seen small tablets being sold cheaply in the market these days. People who want to practice math use those devices. Because to practice math, you need to do exercises and solve problems. For that, you have to use paper. So, for example, if someone wants to solve 5 panels of questions on each topic, they have to keep bringing panel after panel, and every time, if the marker runs out, they have to go get another one. If we have a screen, yes, on this screen, for example, you can solve your questions and erase them. There's absolutely no waste at all. It's an electronic device. And if they want, they can even use it with a computer, like with a mouse, if they want to use it that way. If the computer has a touch screen, or if it's a tablet, it's even better because you can use a stylus. So, if you don't have a stylus, you can use a mouse like a pointer for small math exercises, and you won't need to use a pen, or colors, or paper, so we can use this instead. To open it, if you want, you come here to this section called Windows Accessories. Here, we have something called Math Input Panel. It's right here. Click on it and it opens. You can right-click and choose Pin to Start Menu or Pin to Taskbar. That's even easier. Just come here. When we start writing, MAT, it opens the Math Input Panel for us. When we open it, the Math Input Panel, usually, it doesn't open maximized or very large and physical. It opens just like this. We call this top part the title bar. This part here is called the Math Input Panel logo or application logo. The program's emblem. The program, we have control buttons. These are called side buttons. They're always on the left side. Sometimes they're on the right side. Sometimes they're on the left side. They're called side buttons. This part is called the preview panel. There's a section called the input panel. The place where we enter data is the input panel, and the preview shows it. Overall, for example, as we said, it's generally better to work with a pen, especially if it's a touch screen. But for now, since we're working with a mouse, again, it depends on the exercises and practice, especially for those who are students. All those who want to practice their math questions. For example, here you say, for instance, 2 plus 2 equals 4. In the end, show it. Here, it shows us the things we have in the side buttons of the writer that we wrote. We have an eraser here, so for example, again, anything that was done wrong, we can erase. We have something called sectoring without all that noise. Sometimes you don't realize something we've written, like here where we wrote 4. We click on sectoring. Then, again, it gives you several options so you can choose the correct option that matches your intention. We select from the different math options it has. For example, right now it's 4, so we pick 4 from the list itself, or it can go in the middle. For example, maybe our goal with this was something else. But I'm going to choose something different. If it has selected the right one, or if it has picked the wrong one, you just click and choose the correct option. From the list, from the sectoring section, which one did we write incorrectly? Which thing did we write wrong? Undo and redo will take us back one step. It moves us forward with redo. It showed that, for example, only for us, we inherit just that one thing we wanted. But if we want to clear everything, we can use the delete key to remove it all. For example, we can say that new page should insert a new page for us. When we click, the page gets completely cleared. Well, before that, it should be empty. The writing area after insertion key means that whenever we insert something, the page should be cleared. But sometimes, it doesn't work properly. A new page appears, or for example, you write something here, but there's no space for it. It automatically makes itself bigger. At first, we said the page is small, but depending on the task we're working on, you can clearly see it keeps making itself bigger. And the same goes for the width, whichever direction we go. It means it has tried to enlarge both the input panel and the preview panel to the maximum, even though by default it doesn't have any maximize or minimize buttons. So what should we do to use it and make it a bit bigger? But after writing, it automatically adjusts itself again. In the minibar section, we have these icons that show the history. The question we worked on today, the close button closes the tabs. That's what the close function does. Here, we also told you that when we use the insert button, should it delete the tab's data or not? Show the side buttons on the left side, show them on the right side, or show these button functions, so that if we don't want, there won't be any delete option. On this page, the show grid displays in a page called graph. We can also set the page to be plain, or not show any graph book or graph at all. If we want, we can have it show, and the section will also clearly indicate that it's an informational section. If we want, we can update the game as well. Overall, it's just for practice and training so that we don't use too much paper. Usually, with the mouse, we want to draw, but you can't really do any other kind of drawing with the mouse. Those who do drawing, just do it. Usually, you need styluses that work on the screen so you can draw on it. As for writing, as much as we work, especially with tablets that have a stylus, or even with tablets where you use your finger, it shows up well, or it's just for practice and training like doodling. And finally, dear friends, we ask you that if you found the videos useful, please like the videos to support us and help the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next sessions. Goodbye.